Alright, here's my home built Airsoft Claymore. I'll show you how you can make your own. Alright, let's start off with the how I did the framework. It's 3/4 inch square tubing. I welded just a square frame. 1/2 inch square tubing for my two legs. Welded them both to the frame. Pre-drilled big enough holes that I could fit my screws down, and then drew smaller holes to put the screws in to mount the back board to the back of it. So you can see there. So I put all these are the large rat traps you can get at hardware stores. I took the rat traps off of the actual traps because the traps are, you know, that thick, and that's how much room they take up in there. I tried to make this as slim as I can make it, narrow wise, and as small as I can make it, so it's a little bit more easier to conceal. What I did was I routed out a pocket in here so that you put your BBs in here, and then you put the flaps over, and then you get the BBs down in here, which you'll have it laying down when you do it, and then the BBs fit back in that little pocket, and then you'll overlap these, which these springs will have tension on them. I got the tension off of it right now just so I can show you. And then this will be it'll spring out like this, and it'll slingshot the BBs. So once you get it in there like that, then you'll close the door, and then you'll set the latch, and the door will have tension on it because of the traps. And then I'll show you the back here, which I just got it's got a pivot arm right here. So you set it, and then you take a fishing string, run it down, and I have just a little, I don't know if you can see it, there's a little eyelet under there, and then when they trip it, it just releases it. This will fly open, the springs will come out and slingshot the BBs at them and kill them, or you can put powder in there. And when I took the traps off, I just used a piece of just this regular like banding wire and mounted the mechanism onto the board. I did it like that so that if anything in here breaks, or I need to replace something, I can undo these 6 screws, take this board off, and redo anything inside that I need to do, and I'd be just left with just the frame. And then I've welded the hinges to the frame also, but I bolted the door on so that I can replace the door if anything happens with it. So you can, it's pretty heavy duty. It don't weigh that much. It's maybe 2-3 pounds. And then back here I just took some L brackets, 2 L brackets, bolted them on. I cut them off, welded some bolts, welded a rod through the center for my pivot, and then this is my safety latch. But you see I just welded a little washer on the end to hold it on, so I can close this and safety latch it. That way it won't fly open on me. You can carry it around out in the field, and then you just flip it back when you're ready to use it, set your latch, and you'd be good to go. I left these ends here open where the tubing goes, and here, on purpose, so when I place the claymore, I'll use these holes to stick branches down into to also help conceal it. And it gives you, you know, you put a couple branches out here, gives you something to lean other branches on, as long as you don't obstruct the doorway. But here, I'll go ahead and set it and show you how it works. I keep the tension off of it just so my springs stay good. This was just a piece of canvas that I bought and I sewed it crisscross pattern multiple ways so that it reinforced it, and I just made like a mouth on the end, and then I put it on here and I sewed the end here, and then I sewed the end here. That way it's got double the fabric. It's really won't rip. But what you do, you just take your spring, get your spring here. If we can get that one out, snap it on there. Get this one, snap that one. Get this spring. And get this one. And so you can, by that way, you can run it with just one spring. That way you can control how much, whether you want full force of it snapping out or what. But what'd I do with that piece? There it is. I made just a little piece of coat hanger, just a little bracket, so that when I'm loading this, you close it shut like that. Then I'll just snap that on there and it'll hold it. So then you take your, I got a little funnel like so, and then you'll put your BBs down in here. You'll close your flaps over like so. Then I'll take my little latch off, and then you push one down and push the other one to overlap it like so. Then you close your door. See, it wants to fly open. Set your latch. Let me get my stand back here. Then you run your string across to wherever you're going to tie it up at, and when somebody walks along and kicks it, it flaps it open. It makes them fly, you know, 30, 40 feet. It's pretty strong. You just close it back up like that, reload it, close your door, set the latch, and it's pretty. I did the pivot this way, so it has, when you pull the string, it has good leverage, and this piece don't get stuck. Some of the other mechanisms I tried getting it open, I want it to stay latched good, but I want it to somewhat have a hair trigger so that when the string gets kicked, you know, they're not breaking the string and it not opening. So I mean, you barely pull it and this sucker flies right open. So it's a pretty good design compared to some of the ones I've seen people build on YouTube. I mean, I had some of this metal already and the wood. I think I spent $25 with just the just the rat traps were like $6 each, and then I bought some hinges. They were like $8, and I bought another piece of steel tubing. And of course you'd have to have a welder. If you don't have a welder, then you could probably just, you know, make you a wooden box. But as you can see here, it's less than 2 inches narrow, and it is 5 inches tall by, well, the box is 10.5 inches, but with the legs on it, it's almost a foot. So it's a foot by 5 inches, and it's only less than 2 inches deep. And that's why snap it open. That's why I routed a pocket in here for the BBs to fit, which I can fit quite a bit of BBs in there. Probably, I don't know, maybe 200 BBs I could fill that sucker up with. And So let me take the tension off it. And if this thing ever, the canvas ever wears out, that's another reason why I wanted to be able to take this whole mechanism out, and then I can redo that. So it's pretty durable. And then I just did the kind of a grass pattern, so when you shove it down in the ground, you know, it kind of will help blend it in. And then I've welded the actual claymore on at an angle to the legs, so that it kind of faces an upward direction. Of course, when you shove it in the ground, you could angle it back as much as you need it to, but and that's how to build your own homemade claymore. This thing ought to last for forever. I mean, it's pretty heavy duty. So that's how it's done.